At Dentist Job Connect, we are committed to bonding practice owners and associates together to share in dentisting success and decrease stress. If you'd like to learn about what we do, please reach out to us at dentistjobconnect.com or text hire to 215-798-9897. If you want to scroll through our open positions on Dentist Job Connect right now, you can text job to 215-798-9897. I'm thrilled to be talking with a fellow dentist, Dr. Slava. Dr. Slava, tell us a little bit about your dental career, your dental journey, and then we're going to talk about your associate position.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, and we really appreciate the service. We're very excited about it. I graduated from NYU Dental in 1999, and I landed my first partnership position in, I think, 2002. I was equal partner in the second largest dental office in Southern New Hampshire. I
Awesome.
worked there for 11 years, and then I left and created my own brand in 2013. The first practice was in Nashua, New Hampshire, and still operating. It's been 11 years. Then
Very
in
cool.
2018, we have opened our second practice in Burlington, Massachusetts, still operating. And then the third and the final office, I'm done, is in Hudson, New Hampshire. It's been open since 2022 and is the largest office of all three. So yeah, and I was talking to your colleagues. I have other interests too, but I'm not going to waste your time.
Well, we like to
with
know that too, but we're kindred spirits. I graduated in 2002. I have two locations, multiple dentists, and we are doing the work of what I like to say, Dr. Slav, the Lord GV Black, because we're bringing dentists together, and there is so much fun running a dental group, but
Oh
there's
yeah,
also frustrations because you need to
yes.
have a full team out there. So we're going to go over your position in a minute, but I want to share with anybody watching, they can apply to this position on dentistjobconnect.com, earn between $210,000 to $375,000 a year, potential for future partnership and more. But I always say, Dr. Slava, we're dentists and we love the details, okay? We want to know the probing depth on number 15, even though we're working on number 30. So let's give the dentist the details, even if we're reinforcing. I always say, you can say this as a leader, I don't repeat myself, I just reinforce good ideas. I just reinforce. So where is this position located? If someone has no idea about your location or geography, kind of just paint where is it located?
So at this point, the location, we are looking for two associates, one in Nashua, New Hampshire, and one in Hudson, New Hampshire. So they're both in the state of New Hampshire.
Cool.
Yep,
And tell us a little bit about, let's say, this is what I share. I'm in Philadelphia, okay? And we're like, I would say 2 hours from New York City, okay?
yep.
3 hours from Washington, D.C. These are just stories about where you are. Someone could raise their hand and say, you're actually an hour. Where are you guys closest to that somebody would know if they want to travel or visit?
Yep.
Where would be a close to?
So yes, great question. The beauty about our locations are right at the tip of the southern New Hampshire border. Literally, like my Nashua office is right on exit one. So if you take that exit and you drive 20 minutes or 25 minutes, you're in Boston.
Nice. Yeah, yeah. That
Yeah,
perfect. That's a good way to put it.
yeah.
So close to Boston. Now, we always talk about what's your why. Why is your group looking for an associate dentist?
Like I was explaining to your colleague, we have launched our franchise group in 2024. So we are going national, our brand. In the past, we were looking for associate where I can mentor and teach and help them figure out their way. Right now, what I'm looking for more a permanent presence because I
Awesome.
am getting very busy and I will be phasing out of clinical gradually with the next 5 years. I will be involved in the business, teaching leadership, coaching, mentoring, operational, but I won't be able to fit the clinical duties that I have right now because I have other things that going
You're
on.
only just one person. I want to interject. It's nothing. I don't interrupt, I interject. But as someone who uses these for education, and you can kind of deepen this story for me, you're sharing you're going to be doing other things, and this is going to leave a void of your clinical dentistry. So it
Yes,
sounds like a great opportunity because they are taking over your clinical dentistry, which
yes.
is a need for the group, right? Someone needs to see these patients. Am I correct in assuming this?
Yes, absolutely. You're correct. But I would like to add on that is since the offices are still growing, I mean, Nacho is only 11 years old and Hudson location has only been 2022. So there is a lot of growth to the point that even at Hudson, there's two operatories that have no equipment. And our goal for 2025, by the end of 2025, we are actually going to drop the equipment in the last two operatories. So there is growth potential for sure in Hudson. Nashua, there is plenty of growth. I mean, it is 11 years old. It's very, very, very young office in comparison to, 15, 20, 25-year-old offices. So there is plenty of growth, yes, but I will not be able to be in the trenches every day, every hour on
Yeah,
the hour doing the MOs. No offense, the MOs and the occlusals and the, reshaping the tooth and polishing chip tooth and stuff.
yeah.
It is impossible. Plus, I'm 55 years old, so I always say dentists are like athletes. We age very, very
Oh, I
fast.
love that.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
like
you look
soccer
great for
players.
55, but I actually share this. And my hope is one day someone will watch all of these, Dr. Slava, and they'll not just be thinking about getting a job, but they'll be learning. And one of the things that I think is so important is we are two people from the same generation, is dentistry is a very physically
Yes,
demanding job, a very emotionally demanding job.
yes,
I always say it's physically, emotionally, spiritually, backly exhausting. And
yes.
having to make the dentist donuts every day, all day long, you're now creating what I think is perfect in the circle of life. I've done this for decades. Now you, 3 years out of school or a GPR, you take over this schedule. You make money. So that's why I want to go to the two P's, pay and procedures, right?
Yep.
So somebody's watching this thinking, this could be me, but their spouse or someone's going to ask, how much money are you going to make and what are you going to need to do each day? So just give us the what procedures will they be expected to do most of the time, and what's the compensation look like?
Right. Well, the procedures is a little bit tricky because depending on the candidate, whether they're very well seasoned, when I say seasoned, anybody that's 5+ years, they are well seasoned. And they get seasoned with another private practice or they did get seasoned with a DSO, a corporate. So those two different cultures depending on the candidates. So procedures, typically our culture and our policy, we don't dictate the procedures that they do. All we dictate is to learn how to manage patient expectations and team expectations.
Awesome.
And I always say 20% of your time you'll be spending actually physically doing dentistry. 80% of your time you will be managing the people around you, expectations, conflict, challenging, and try to celebrate their wins too and learn from them. So
Love that.
procedures wise, a scope restorative for sure. You have to make sure they're very patient with children. We're a general practice. Our youngest patient is about 1 year old. Our oldest patient is 103. You need to be
Awesome.
patient with the geriatrics. You need to be patient with the pediatrics. But in between, fixed restorative, we do root canals, extractions, removable. Of course, restorative. You need to be fast. You need to be able to multitask so you can manage your time in the restorative as the hygienist are pulling you out of operatory. We need to check every single time. I need you to review your x-rays or the patient has a complaint or the patient wants
Yeah.
to review a year old treatment plan that now they're interested in. So those are the scope. We don't dictate how you practice or what you practice, but we definitely will teach. We have a very, very unique culture, and that's why we have franchise that culture within the scope of dentistry. Now, as far as compensation, we offer very much a blueprint of everybody that offered. There's a base pay for you, which is range between like 700 to 1,000, depending on the location, because we try to match that base to the cost of living, depending on the office that you're at. And then after that, whatever production you make, you get a percentage of your collection, not your production.
And it would be reasonable from what you shared before for someone to make between 210 and 375 a year. Is that a good
I
range?
tell you, my associate that was with us barely 2 years, she made $400,000 a year.
That's awesome. So yeah,
Yeah,
so
that was
that
at
that
Hudson location. Yep.
yeah, that's an awesome opportunity. What I share with dentists, and I want to be clear about this, I've never moved for a job, Dr. Slava. So I've never moved. I live right now 40 miles, 45 miles from where I grew up. And I joined my father in practice. I knew it'd be in New Jersey. Now, in 2025, there's opportunities to go to
Mhm.
these locations and learn a lot of dentistry, advance
Absolutely.
your skill set, make money, pay off your debt, and we're helping dentists do that. So to me, it's a both world, and that's why they should think about your position. Now, I want to be, as we wrap up, I want to say a couple things. People can text NASHUA to 215-798-9897 to apply. You can go to dentistjobconnect.com to apply. But have you ever felt that people don't think we're real people, Dr. Slava, that dentists, they don't think we're real
All the
people, right?
time.
Who opens up conversations? I just want to let you know I hate the dentist, right? You could have just kept that in your head. So I want you to talk for just 60 seconds. If I took this job and I moved to your location, what would be something fun I could do on the weekends or after hours? Nothing to do with dentistry. Treatment plan, something fun, whether it's food, hiking, museums. Tell me about something fun in your area.
Boston. Boston
Yeah.
is a mini London.
Yeah, that's a great way
Uh,
to put it. I was there recently, and that's a great way to put it. We saw a Red Sox game, and I think that what new dentists or any age dentist can know is you can live in a certain area and commute to a job if you need to, and I think that your position offers so many unique opportunities to advance yourself clinically that people should take advantage of. Well, I love what you've shared. Is there anything that I missed out on before we wrap up?
No, I just, my advice to whoever's looking for a new associate, try not to be fixated on the monetizing dentistry.
Yeah.
Have fun with dentistry, be passionate about it. The money will come. Trust me.
Awesome, awesome closing time. Well, reach out to us at dentistjobconnect.com. So appreciate your support.
Oh, not a problem. Thank you so much for having me.